I'm joined by Roni, Data Science Lead for Optimove, and they've been speaking here at the EyeforTravel conference. You give our viewers a little introduction to what Optimove does, what kind of data you look at, and why.
Sure. So Optimove is a science-first relationship marketing hub.
Okay.
And what that actually means is that we take data from our clients, we dig into their customer database to really understand different types of customer personas that are found in that database. Then based on that, it gives the marketing organizations a way to really leverage the insights that are found in their data to then interact with each one of their customers in a very personal and emotional, intelligent manner. That really increases the customer experience, increases customer loyalty, and obviously customer lifetime value, which is what we all aim to do.
So when you come in, do you just work with your clients' databases? Do you include other pieces of information from around to try and complement that?
Sure, so we usually only take the data from our clients' database. So we look at all of the database they have, all the data they have on their clients, what transactions they're making, their browsing activity, what they've bought, and so forth. And based on that, we're able to manipulate the data in a way to extract a lot of relevant features, get a very clear 360 view of our customers, what they're like, and so forth.
And what's the most important part of that data? Is it like transactional data? Or, I mean, it's a tricky one because it depends on the situation. But.
Definitely. So I think the key thing to understand is that there's a lot of power in looking at several data points in relation to one another rather than each one individually. So looking only at transactional data or looking only at browsing data, that's amazing. But when you put those two things together, then the insights from each one of them become, they're much better, right? Because you have things in relation to one another, you become more granular. So knowing how to combine different data sources, I think that's the key, and I'll look at each thing in silo.
Right. Do you ever have like a causation correlation problem where things don't quite match up properly and then you draw the wrong?
So I wouldn't say drawing the wrong conclusions, but sometimes you do have to dig in a bit more to really understand, what correlates more than other. And then you're right, sometimes there are things that might be a bit redundant. You have to pick those out and see which is the stronger correlator. But that's where you have to dig into everything, do the initial analysis. And then I think the key thing to understand is that the model that is built for each brand is going to be different because their customers are different. So you have to always look at it, with a fresh perspective and see what's, unique for this brand's customers.
And then on top of that, you kind of got the layer of human behavior, which can be pretty irrational and difficult to figure out. So with that in mind, how do you get effective personalization without off-putting the customer with being like that too close, too detailed and kind of a bit creepy?
I think that's what you said about, the behavior is pretty irrational. That's, I think, the key thing to understand. We shouldn't expect customers to act in a certain way. We should pick up on the signals beforehand, and for each individual customer, flag up the different points, the crucial interaction points based on their behavior. So don't have a general rule for all your customers. Understand each customer, his previous behavior, and for that customer, know when for him it's the right time to interact with him. For some customers, it can be a bit more frequently, for some customers not, and then you're not gonna, freak them out, like you said, and become a bit, touchy.
Overbearing, yeah.
Yeah.
And final question, what kind of broad data trends do you see in the travel industry? Because there's a lot going on now. There's GDPR, there's the chaos around, post-Facebook scandals.
Yeah, definitely.
What kind of things should travel brands be aware of and watch for in their data?
I think we need to understand that when we talk about basically communicate with our customers in a personalized manner, we do this for the customer. We want the customer to have the best experience. The customer should also have a very clear understanding of what data we take from them to be able to opt out very easily and so forth. But we want to have our customers have the best experience for them to want to have us communicate with them, for us to give them the most relevant and personal communication that will not make these customers want to basically unsubscribe from us, from our relationship. I think that's the key. And it's the experience that you provide the customer, and with that, they're going to keep the relationship going with your brand and not want to, basically leave it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Roni from Optimove, thank you very much.
Thank
It's
you.
been a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much.